Hey guys, what's going on? Emo Tempest here, and today I'm gonna be doing my box opening for you, as well as like a smaller version of the set review, I guess you could say. I definitely don't want to go too much into it. You guys have seen probably everyone's set reviews. I didn't want to do. I feel like it's not. I guess it doesn't really give you guys enough context, like going into it. I like to wait a little while now. Yeah, I could review the set before, like as it comes out, and make my best guesses and predictions or whatever. But I just wanted to wait a little longer this time so I can play into the set, see what I have, see what I like, and actually give you, I guess, test it, like stuff like that. And in the meantime, you guys can just watch what I pull out of this box. This is my box I got from Happy Little Hug Factory. So thank you to them. Shout out to them. They're great. They still have some boxes left too if you guys are still looking to get yours, or if you're sold out anywhere else. I know my local game shop's just sold out, so I have to wait. But thanks to them, I was able to get this. So without further ado, first things first, I know there's been a lot of controversy about the set, and I guess there's two schools of thought, right? The set is trash, and the set is a filler set until we get to Opus 10. And to some extent I can see that it is a smaller set, but I don't like to. I don't think I don't think I've ever experienced a card game. Maybe I don't play Magic. I don't know. Oof. Yeah, that was kind of a shot at Magic. That's not fair. But I never played a game where a set came out and it was total doo doo. I think it's just a little harder for us to. I guess that's the theme, right, of this set of this year, right? They added the drafting, and they want to make it more competitive, and they want to make it more how do we put it? They want to seek out the better players, right? And so, as considering this is the set we're going to be jumping into Nationals with, and I got a foil Lilty. That's the best. That's actually one of the cards I'm going to talk about in a bit. But yeah, as this is the set we're going to be going into Nationals with, this is the one that they want us to test us, right? So the next, I think it's only Arizona left for the Crystal Cups, and the Dark Crystal Cups, I forget if the Dark one is going to have a draft portion. I'm pretty sure it will. The fact that there's still a draft with the set is going to be tough, right? Because there's not super hard removal. It's not like the last set. The last set was super fun to draft. Had a little bit of everything. It had reprints. It was a bigger set without the reprints, I think, too, just only slightly. And so it kind of made things easier for us, right? But now that they want to test us as players and test the game and its creativity, I think this is what this set is. So I think personally it's a pretty good set. It did open up a lot of decks. Cadets for one of them. I know people have been talking about Cadets, and I can't wait to see what they do too. I like the cards, like King, for example, and Ace. Those are really I think those are essential for something like that deck, because it's very repetitive, and so you want to get names out and stuff like that, or the jobs, or the type, the category, or whatever. And so that's one of them. Man, foil Iridia. I have a lot of foil Iridias now. And so with that being said, I'm just going to talk about some of my highlights of the set. Fire obviously has, I just told you, Ace and King. The Queen Evelyn and King and Queen of Evelyn, they're weird. I was honestly, when I first saw them too, I was also WTF. But I guess, thinking of it logically, I can see, board presence and ability to do stuff, and as you develop, but it's still not, I don't know, I guess I have to play against it, and that's usually what will convince me that it's strong. I haven't tried it myself. I'm working on other things, mainly ice variants. I realized this set was strong for ice, so I'll get into that. Other than fire, we're happy to get, FF6 got more backups, so that's cool for that deck. I haven't played against it. I guess everyone at my locals is still experimenting with other things. I hope to see it this week. This upcoming week is going to be fun. But that's it. I think those are the major key points about Fire, if you ask me. I'm not impressed with Nail and the whole 14 package. I have to see it. It's also not on my radar too, so I'm not really too much paying attention to that. But just that just looking at it, really, we haven't drafted either, so I can't say if it'll probably be strong in the draft scene, along with the headhunters and stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting. And as we move on to Ice, I think Ice has probably the stronger cards this set. Me personally, the fanboy, I'm super happy about the Quistis, and I'm okay with the Squall. The Squall's not a super game changer, but it's definitely an annoying threatening presence. I think what makes him the best is that his cost is reduced. or his cost can be reduced whenever you have a forward out, an 8 forward, and so that kind of makes him, better than the other squalls altogether. And so, going into that, I actually already built a deck, and I tweeted about it. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter yet, I posted it up there. I'll leave the link in the description, but it's just Emo Tempest. You guys can literally Google Emo Tempest, and you'll find me on every silly platform out there. That's just my alias. And so the other thing is about Ice is that they have Herdy, and Herdy's my favorite card. It's an on-curve backup that effectively just nets you one. Hopefully nets you one, right? Like, realistically, the odds are always in your favor, right? How many summons do you play? At most 10, right? Let's say you went 13, 23, 10, right? It's still good chance. It's 80%, right? Minus the 5 you drew if you already drew a summon. It's still in that range, 70 to 80% that you're going to get it. So it's great, and it effectively makes it a one drop, makes you, search, like, go deeper into your deck, and as well as keeps your curve on check. And if you're playing Lightning or if you're playing anything FFTA2, mainly Lua, being able to recur Lua seems really strong. It's just people already hate that card, but now having multiples in your hand, like, I can reduce the board by 4k in one turn if I felt like it. If I had one already, I pitched it, like, it's on the board, I use the effect, Herdy, get it back and do it again. It's fun, I've done it already. Vayne is going to be annoying to deal with. I want to talk about it, I guess. I don't think it's super overpowered. It's definitely strong. It's just timing, right? This game, I've realized more and more every set and every time I play that this game is just timing. And so dropping a Vayne, when your opponent has 5 bodies on board and a full grip, like, it's not a good idea, right? You wouldn't do that. And then you take the points of damage. Hope he doesn't have any removal at the end of his turn, and yeah, sure, he'll have to pay stuff, but again, in that scenario, he's not the best. But if you manage to board wipe your opponent, let's say mid-game, right, he's got maybe 2 or 3 cards, he's going to go to full grip. It's going to be really difficult for him to deploy stuff, because if he doesn't have the out prior to the deployment, he's just losing forwards, right? And so pretty much, like, or it's going to be hard for him, right? He's going to have to be exhausted every turn, and by mean exhausted, he'll mean, like, his whole backup line is tapped, maybe have to expend CP from his hand, and so it sets up for a really, I guess, almost super control-y, like, oppressive thing, if it's at the right time, right? And I don't think it's on the level of any of the other taxation, because the other tax ones are like, they're pretty mediocre, right? Like, we've had the Sid Rendell, the Remedy, and all that stuff, the Babis, and I can't remember the most recent one at the moment, but either way, it's still, like, it's not as, this one's actually serious, because you'll lose the forge, right? So he's really strong. I'm going to mess with him soon. And the Azure Dragon is also pretty strong, so I think in the Legendary set, they have the best ones. As for Ice, we got the Moogle, the ninth Moogle. I don't know why I said 9th. And I like Uke as an option. I think it's pretty good. I don't know. People are indifferent about these FFCC ones, but I like them. I like this one, and I like Lilty. But we'll get into her in a sec. Also, Ghost and Laguna are also just good cards. Six got a lot of support this set still, which is interesting because they got a lot of support the last few sets. So I guess we're really making 6 strong. I'm curious to see if it'll stay on the same, like, aggro build or whatever, or play a longer game, which is going to be possible now with the Ghosts, I think. You don't have to remove him every time, so it's just like, removing is just if you use his S, right? But as long as you can recur him, like, every time you drop something, you're effectively putting 2 bodies on board always, and it's gonna be annoying to deal with, right? Like, that's less damage you take, helps you build your board up to mid to late game and stuff like that. And I wonder if that deck will have a version of that aims for that. Next is Wind, and Wind is also pretty impressive. Obviously, the Fat Chocobo seems real good. I really panicked last Monday when I ran into Chocobos. I got super lucky on it, just being able to freeze their board 3 times in a row. The Magus Sisters is also cool. It's a very Yu-Gi-Oh card, I think, in that sense. I'm always thinking Painful Choice and Armageddon Knight and stuff like that. Yasman is nutty too, right? Like, we've talked about this. So I ran into a lot of Wind Water already this set, and Yasman and Luso are also pretty strong. Mainly because, flipping your backups up is what Wind Water does. and you know, it has Diabolos to pop and reactivate, and it has Valifor, and now I can do this. I can do this when I come in. Activates all my characters, you know, forwards and backups, as well as just, you know, mill. And this is like, I've seen milling taken to another extreme, which like toggles me beyond imagination. But yeah, yeah, Wind got some pretty good cards too. Earth is also super strong. Vincent, Gabranth, Sid Garland is probably my new favorite backup for a mono Earth. Mist Dragon is, everyone's talked about it already. It's definitely going to be a good card. I don't think it's super broke. Water's not dead. Bygone is fun also. I'm big on Gabranth, not so much on Rydia yet. Rydia is a super late game though if you're trying to close out, so I will give her that. I wouldn't drop her any earlier. Maybe like end of mid game to late game, because being able to flip. The problem is she's super high roll, right? Like, what's the maximum value? We need the big cost guys like Raiden or Bahamut, and playing those in a deck is just annoying and stupid. But I do like the new Bahamut Zero, so that's always an option too. Larkishus is fun, and that's about it. I think those are... Oh, Lil T, obviously. Lil T and Regis. Regis for 15, and Lil T for a lot of recursion. Effectively, if Lil T gets the block, she becomes a fourth copy of any card you play, right? So if you're playing anything with an S, let's say it's Sephiroth, right? Let's say you're doing Ice, Earth, and your Lil T blocks, you get Sephiroth, next turn I'm dropping your hand again. You know what I'm saying? So she's really cool in that sense. Forcing her to block is obviously, you know, but the thing is, if she doesn't, she eats up a removal. But honestly, as far as I've noticed, no one wants to. Most people will let you get that, right? It's obviously based on the timing. But yeah, the removal is, I don't know, getting my opponent to waste removal on something not so important seems great to me. So she plays a lot of roles in the deck. I currently have 2 of her in my mono Earth. But I was starting with 3, and it got cloggy. Ice is fun too. Golbez is great. Golbez is another high roll card. Fusoya's fantastic. Bahamut Zero is fantastic. Maya's, you know, above average, but definitely good. I think Lightning got very good legendaries this set. I haven't seen, a surprise to me really I haven't seen Mono Lightning yet. I'm curious to see where they end up. I think if Bahamut Zero had come in any earlier for them, like last set, they would have been super annoying. They would have been 10 times better actually. So I'm curious to see if it's enough for them in this meta right now. And that's it for my review on the set, more or less. I'm super excited to go forward. Again, I already have the 8 deck that I tweeted about. You guys can check that out. I want to find a little bit more before I make the video. We do have a podcast coming up. The Triad's finally getting back together for a bit. We've been super busy. We have a lot to talk about actually. That might be a long one, so I'll make sure to get it up on multiple platforms for you guys. What else am I missing here? The set's great, man. I don't know. I'm optimistic. Oh, Porum too. I didn't even go into the water stuff now that I think about it. Water's okay. The better cards in water are like the common cards, I think. So people are excited about Porum. It is annoying to deal with, but we have more answers to it now. I like Rosa as an idea. I don't know how much she will be in application. I'm going to have to give her more testing. As of right now, I'm not impressed. I feel like she has to be mono water, but I'm testing her in water earth at the moment. There's a lot of high rolling in this game, like in this set, you know, the Ultimecia and like the Golbez and stuff like that. Bannon here, Bannon's a good card, but again, high rolling. A lot more luck. And light and dark cards are super okay. Emperor Gestal is probably the best one, but I don't know how much play he'll actually see. I don't think anyone's cracked mono dark yet. I pray for a meta where mono dark is super advantageous, but it's not. I don't know if this will be the set. I don't know if Emperor Gestal will be the card that makes it. I do like Chaos, but he's in order to maximize him, right, we need like to get all 3 colors, and it's not bad. I just hate that we can't abuse him, right? Like we can't Renoa him to get the everything else again, because when he comes back, he will not have been paid with CP, so that doesn't work. The wool is I'm not impressed. I'd rather play the other wool. This lock is good, but again, his problem is lock. I'd rather play the other lock. Yeah, it's just that's pretty much it for the set. I do have 2 to 3 decks coming. We have like I said, the triple tryout is recording hopefully this weekend or this week, whenever you watch this. Yeah, so these are my legendaries, by the way, from the box. We got Maya, Yasmat. Yasmat's great. Vayne, I think that makes my third Vayne. My Luso makes my second Luso. I got the foil Wool and the foil Rydia. Definitely trading those out soon. The only foils I want are water. Ace is going to be fun. I got the Rosa and the Dragon. That's the box. All in all, is a good game, a good box. I am trying to finish up my foil sets of the 8 characters. I want Renoa, Squall, and Quistis look pretty good in the foil, so that's it for me. I got the Yang full art, and then I also got the Lilty full art. Man, it's crazy how much these full arts are going for, guys. I don't know if we should wait, but probably not, because the rarities are scarce. I think it's like 1 or 2 per box if you're lucky, if you're able to get there. Yeah, that's me showing off the cards I like. But yeah, man. So again, guys, thanks for watching. More to come soon. This set's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. We're going to nationals. We got to make this one count. So I will see you next time.